get started, I do want to make a few introductions here. My name is Hendrix. I'm Richard's older sister, oldest actually. This is Christina Hendrix. This is coach, his AAU coach, William Pearson, better known as Big. Our mother, Valerie Hendrix. Our father, Richard's coach, Bernard Hendrix. And the man of the hour, Richard Hendrix. Before we get started, we do want to make some recognitions to some of the people coming out today. We do want to recognize the Athens High School football team. I believe they're standing in the bleachers there. Thanks, guys. Also, I'd like to recognize the Athens basketball, women's basketball team. And Richard's teammates, the Athens basketball, boys basketball team. Among us, we do have some distinguished guests. Dr. Erwin Bridges, he is the superintendent of Athens City Schools. And the principal of Athens High School, Mr. Chris Boland. At this time, we'd like to ask him to say a couple of words.
For real.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to Athens High School for one of the most highly anticipated announcements in our school's history. This is, I don't think you will find a finer family than we have with us today. It is truly a pleasure to have had the opportunity to know Richard, to know his family, and to have the opportunity to share with him in his decision today, and I know that's why many of you are here. If I had known the crowd was going to be as large as it is, I would have charged admission, but I missed that opportunity. Again, thanks for joining us today, and congratulations to you, Richard, and to the entire Hendrix family. Thank you.
In just a moment, Richard Hendrix will be making his announcement and then followed by any questions from the media. Right now, we'll turn it over to the man of the hour, Richard Hendrix.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting me throughout my basketball career thus far. Teammates, football team on top, everybody in the goes to the school, all my fans, teams fans, and supporters of Athens basketball. It's been a long process, some tireless nights and everything. Kind of came to me a couple weeks ago where I decided I want to go. You know, I kind of been wavering between North Carolina and Alabama and wherever I want to go. And last week it hit me, and I decided to make my commitment to the University of Athens.
At this time, we'll take questions from the media if you have any questions for Richard.
What was the deciding factor for you between taking Alabama over North Carolina?
It was a lot of side factors. I really like both schools. I think one of the main points it came down to was the fact that you can start off new traditions at a place where the basketball program is not known as number one. And traditionally, I think new traditions and maybe to a Final Four, win a national championship in your home state, just seemed like it was tough to beat. But my sister, Christina Hendrix. AAU coach William Pearson.
How you doing, William Pearson? I think we've had one of the finest AAU programs in the country. We've had Marvin Stone, we've had Robinson, Earl Dudley, Richard Wright, who went to Villanova. We had Terrence Woods, who was the best guy, great coach, a great leader. He led our team as a freshman. We won the Nike Blue Wings tournament. The first tournament that he ever played with us. He's a winner, and he's just a good guy, a smart guy. Thank you.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out. If there's no more questions, we're going to invite you all to watch a little bit of the basketball practices. They have their second practice of this season. Thank you again.
Coach, step over here just please.
Not look back. I think it came down to the fact that Alabama just had some great things going on in their program, and I think they're headed in the right direction, and I just want to be a part of it.
How much wisdom and knowledge did your dad give you about this process?
I think he's given me a lot. He's brought me up right, raised me with class, and I think that's a great thing. It helped me out. Hopefully it'll help me out in the future.
When did you actually decide, or when did you know for certain that it was Alabama?
It was actually only about a week and a half ago. I decided. I was just kind of in my room one day, and it just came to me. I thought that was just a place for me. I've been wavering between both schools for a long time now, and it just came to me. I thought Alabama was the best choice for me.
When did you tell Coach Godfrey and Coach Williams of your decision?
This past weekend, I actually called Coach Williams and told him that my intentions were to attend the University of Alabama, and I called Coach Godfrey right after that to let him know.
What kind of reaction did you get from both coaches?
Coach Williams was very supportive. He told me that he always and still is a Richard Hendrix fan, and I really appreciate that. And that time of my life and everything, as stressful as the decision was, and I have a lot of respect for him. And, I know he's a great coach, and he's a better man.
What about Coach Godfrey's reaction?
Coach Godfrey was excited. I think he's happy about this year's season. I think the main thing, he just wants to win right now. I don't really think he's going to overlook this upcoming season and any expectations of the season to come. But I think he was very excited. I think it's just great for not only him and myself, but City of Athens, our basketball program, and hopefully for the state of Alabama.
How's it going to affect you this season, upcoming season, not to have to make a decision?
Hopefully it'll take a lot of stress off of me. I can play carefree and not have to worry about anything, and just play my type of game, play my ball, and won't have to worry about impressing anyone when someone comes to watch me play. So hopefully I have a great season. I need to get my team, Athens High School, back to Birmingham, and hopefully this time we can win it all instead of coming up short last season.
Do you think this is the last big decision you'll have to make, or will you have to make another one at the end of the season?
As of right now, I don't know if the possibility of the NBA comes into play later on in the season. My stock is high enough or anything. I'll definitely look into that, and we'll move on from there.
But it's not something you think about every day, or
no,
worry about like you did this decision?
No, I'm actually focused right now on Athens High School basketball. I want to win games, and I think good players should lead their team to a state championship, and that's one thing I haven't done yet. So I need to get back down to Birmingham and this time take it home.
Thanks very much, Richard.
I think anytime your father is your coach, it's just something about it. It gives you a sense of the game that other kids just don't have. I don't know what it is, but it's just something I've really been thankful to have, and it's been great.
How much did Alabama getting to the Elite Eight last year, something they'd never done before, help weigh in their favor?
That helped a lot. They were kind of a program who was on the brink of doing big time things, and the Elite Eight appearance really solidified the fact that they are on the verge of being a national power, and it helped a lot. I don't really think that was my deciding factor for the decision, but I think it was great for their program.
Richard, was it hard to turn down a program with all the tradition in North Carolina? I mean, some of that had to be attractive to you.
Yeah, it was. It was very hard turning down, looking at all the tradition that had been going on in North Carolina. But I just thought about it, and I'm the type of person who likes to make traditions of my own and bring teams and just win ball games. And, I just the fact that doing something for Alabama would just feel a lot more, fulfilled me a lot.
Right.
If it turned out in the spring,
Fulfilling.
if it turned out in the spring that NBA people were telling you you would be a lottery pick, would that be a pretty easy decision to go?
I think, ultimate goal when you're playing basketball competitively is to make it to the NBA. If, that is a decision or something that comes to mind where people are saying that, I'm a lottery pick, sure, it's something I'm really going to have to look into. And because, my goal ever since I've been little is to make it to the NBA. And I think anyone who plays basketball competitively should be looking at that. That should be the ultimate goal.
What would you have to hear to make it certain that you would bypass college and go to the NBA?
What I have to hear? I would think that, anywhere if I was in the lottery picks and guaranteed that I would be on a team where I would be able to showcase my talent and skills, then I really would have to look into it, make a decision, move forward. But as of right now, I'm all Athens High School and then to the University of Alabama.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
How to get the first part?
I wasn't really in the situation where I felt that I was afraid of going anywhere and adding to a tradition. But I think that with the University of Alabama's basketball program heading in the direction I think it's heading in, I think it was easier and made me feel better to join a program like that to hopefully get it to the level that it would like to be at.
What about as far as Richard, we're coming in here again, and they're going to ask you some questions you probably already answered, but just talk about just the relief to have this decision, out of the way.
Yeah, I'm relieved. Right now I'm totally focused on moving on with my Athens High School basketball team. We just want to win games. And, college will come on after this season. When that comes along, we'll look into that and we'll move on and worry about that then. But as of right now, I'm focused on winning ball games for Athens High School.
Did you have a lot of outside pressures? Were there people trying to pull you one way or the other?
Yeah, you have a lot of pressures coming from outside people, but I think the main thing is you just got to come down to what you believe is right and what you want to do. And like I said, I believe that making the decision to go to the University of Alabama was right for me.
What about as far as being able to come in and make an immediate impact? Did that weigh into it as well?
No, it did not. I felt that I have enough confidence in my talents that whichever school I would have chose, that I would hope to come in and be an immediate impact at either school. So it didn't really play into my decision.
What about as far as Alabama's run, at the end of the season last year? That as well, or just Alabama's just always been a place that you thought you might want to go?
They've been recruiting me ever since I was a freshman in high school. And, a lot of loyalty things going to play, and I was just really impressed with the program and how things are headed in the right direction.
What about as far as head coaches? How much did Coach Godfrey weigh into this?
I think Coach Godfrey is a great guy, as is Coach Williams. It was hard to turn down Coach Williams and that high profile of a program that North Carolina is. But like I said, I just wanted to make a decision I think was best for me.
What about as far as NBA talk, I guess? What's your position on that?
Like I said, I think that it's every competitive basketball player's goal is to make it to the professional ranks, to be at the NBA. So if that comes into play, then we'll certainly look into it. But as of right now, all for the Golden Eagles.
What about it as far as being able, growing up here in Athens and being able to stay close to your family? I know your dad was saying you guys are a close-knit family, and just to give them the opportunity, I guess, to be able to watch you a lot.
I feel that the support I have from my parents, that either place I would have went to, they would have been there to watch me play. I don't really, at one point in my decision, I canceled out all the location and everything, and I just wanted to make it be based on where I would be the most comfortable.